Hello and welcome back to my craft room. Well, if you're a regular viewer, you may have noticed that I've been getting into felting. I've had my first maker's box from the makers who are felting specialists. Also my first maker's flock box, and I signed up for the Craft for Cats event, Cats Protection Charity. They did that in collaboration with the makers. The little cat was designed by Steffi Stern, who is the founder of the makers. Lovely lady. Last time I did a felting video, I had just received I opened my maker's flock box on camera and said I'd come back after my first maker's flock gathering to show you how I got on with that. So I'm going to come back to that in a minute, because I have now done that and I've made the little project, so I've got that to show you. And at the time I was waiting for the Cats Protection kit to arrive, my kitty kit as I called it. So it has now arrived. I have done the craft along, which is on the 25th of November. It took me all day to finish it. Steffi did two in the live stream. I don't know how she does it. Years of experience. But I was so happy with how my little cat turned out. I'm going to give you a tiny peek now. Or shall I keep you in suspense? I'll give you a tiny peek now. And here's my little, I had a little bit of pink felt left at the end, so I made a little extra surprise that wasn't in the instructions. I'm delighted with my little cat, and I based him on my old friend Archie, who is sadly no longer with me. But yeah, I'll give you a better look at him in a minute. What I'm going to do now is stop this video till I filmed opening the cat box. So I'm going to put a snippet of that in now so you can see what's inside, and then I'll show you how I got on. Thank you for joining Craft for Cats. Apparently they do a different craft along every year. It's not always felting. They do all kinds of different things, so I'll definitely be up for doing that. I'm on their email list now, so whatever they do next year I'll join in. I do love cats, and this charity does do a lot of good work. A minimum of £10 from every craft kit goes to help cats near you, and could provide blankets, bedding and baskets to keep an abandoned moggy warm. Yeah, you could even, there was an option when you were filling in the form when you were buying it, there was an option to choose your local branch, but I didn't worry about that. So let's get cozy, learn a new skill and create your needle felted cat decoration. So excited. Look at him. I do love ginger cats. Now, I've never had a ginger cat, but when I put cats in my artwork, they often tend to be ginger cats, and I'm not quite sure why that is. Because my old Archie wasn't ginger. They asked you if you're going to be crafting with a special cat in mind, so I did put down Archie. Beautifully packaged. Wow, that's impressive. Cool, look at all that. So here are all the instructions. And the instructions are always very, very good in my experience, my limited experience so far. There are lots of free tutorials and things on the Makers YouTube channel. I'll put links to everything in the description box. Look at all these different cats. That's a bit more like my Archie. And this is enough to make one cat, but with different colours. So as long as I can find, I'm sure I've got some spare kind of core wool, I could make another one or more. I love the idea of hanging them on a Christmas tree. Cute. And there are all the templates and stuff there as well. Now, when you have the Maker's subscription box, in your very first subscription box, they give you the bigger size than this, but they give you a compostable, eco-friendly felting mat, and a selection of felting tools, so that felting needles, so that you've got everything you need to get you started. They just put that in your first box, which I think is amazing. So it doesn't cost you any more. They just put that in the first box. So here we've got like a little miniature version of the felting mats, 100% compostable when no longer needed. And you put them together and use both together. You take the label off you felt together, and they kind of felt together as you use them. Much nicer than using those horrible foam things you get in cheapy kits. And then what else have we got? 3 medium felting needles. Tissues annoy me. And glue-in eyes. Oh, this must be for... Is this for whiskers, I guess? Whiskers and... Oh yeah, and the thread to hang it by. The horsehair that they provide for whiskers is sourced from... Oh, now, where did they say? I just love their ethics. Even where they source their horsehair from is helping out a community somewhere. I can't remember where it is now. Oh, I've unravelled it all now. Oh, look. And you've got a choice of colours of whiskers as well. How amazing. Now, how on earth am I ever going to get that back in there again? I'm so excited to try this now. It is literally, you don't need anything else here. Maybe a little pair of scissors at some point. So that's the core wool. Which will be used to make the inside of the body. So as long as I've got some more of that I can use, which I think I have, I could use the rest of these colours that I haven't used on my first cat to create another cat. So we've got a little bit of pink, that must be for the nose. Just a little pinch of pink, and then all these different colours. So I could definitely make my Archie out of that. Okay, so I had the most amazing time. I really enjoyed making my little cat. Steffi is a brilliant teacher. She makes it all very easy, and the materials and everything were just lovely to use. And I had loads left. Let me show you. So I've got here's the some of the blurb that came with it. Here are the instructions. Yeah, I will have already shown you all of that. But don't need to go into that now. And here's what I have left. So there was no wire or anything involved. I did actually end up using my bigger mat that I got in the maker's box, but this one has been handy to use for a couple of other little things. So it's a nice little portable size. So this is everything I've got left. So all I need, there was no wire or anything like I thought there was going to be. I just need some core wool. I've got some of the... That's that sort of plain unbleached. It's cheaper. You buy it in huge bags to make the centre. So I've got enough here to do several more cats if I just put some more core wool to it. And of course I've got the instructions I can use over and over again. So let me give you a closer look at my little Archie dude. I actually got some photos of him because I got quite a lot of photos of him, and kind of tried to emulate his markings. Obviously it's a cartoon version. I'm not going for realism here. But I was really pleased with it, with how he turned out. I loved the whiskers. They were really nice to use. This is this real horsehair that comes from the country I can't remember, but where they're well known for their horses, and it's benefiting that community. Everything is so eco-friendly. I just love that about this company. So yeah, here's my little cat, and here's my little extra surprise. Woohoo! I mean, it was irresistible, wasn't it? Cats do love to show you that little surprise, don't they? So that's how my Archie turned out. If you wanted to, it's not too late to do this. Obviously the live stream has now happened, but the tutorial is still available online. You can still sign up for this winter craft along. The link you need to go to is this. I'll link it in the description box as well. You need to do this. And I noticed in the Facebook group now, which you kind of joined to watch the tutorial, they've announced that they now have on sale some of their previous Craft for Cats projects. So you can buy them all from the whichever companies they collaborated with, because it's not only the makers, there's others as well. I noticed Blockcraft, another one of my favourite companies, is in there. I can show you, hang on. So this is if you go to cats.org.uk /wintercraft, you go straight to this project that I've just shown you now. In just the same way, you pay £20 for it. That includes your postage if you're in the UK. At least £10 of that goes straight to the charity, and you'll just get a link to a video to watch the tutorial. So yeah, you can still do that. If you go, I'll put this link in the description box as well. So here's where you go to get previous projects. And some of these look really cute. I love the Indian Block Print Company is a favourite. I've definitely bought from them before. I love their all of their supplies are really good. This one looks brilliant, this pottery thing. I don't know that company, but that looks amazing. Embroidery, if that's what you're into. I love this. I love the mosaic coaster, it's really cute. These are lovely. And then there are previous projects that they've done in collaboration with the makers, and those you go, if you click on any of these links, you go to the company that they collaborated with. And I believe in this case I think they're all donating 20% of what you pay will go to Craft for Cats, or Cats Protection charity. So yeah, it's really good. So if you fancy doing one of these projects, you still can. I'm quite tempted to. I think it'd make a nice present for someone as well. Yeah, I think this is really, I quite like that little sitting down cat. Is cute as well. So yes, I might have a little think about that, or I might do it as a present for somebody. Okay, so let's put my Archie away. He will stand up like that, but I quite like him sitting as well. Steffi shows you how to blend the colours and everything to get the tabby effect. And Archie used to have little spots of ginger in him as well. He had this funny little black spot on his nose. Yeah, she shows you how to blend. You can get really, with the colours they've given you, you can get pretty much any cat you want to get. There was quite a lot of white. I've used this, that's all the white I've got left. So yeah, really there isn't a colour cat I can think of that you couldn't get. Let's put him to one side. I've also shown you, I've already been through the Makers box. One of the perks of being a Makers Flock member is that you get a monthly flock gathering. So I've had my first one, it was last night, and we made no felt angels. And this is, we had you always get these try me products, so we had some sparkly stuff. I've already opened this, so I won't bother looking at it all again now. A lot of this is extras that I got because it's the first time. We got a whole lot of this Norwegian white wool top. So you've got, I'm learning all these terms. The tops are when they're lovely smooth fibres all going in one direction like that. The bats, I'll show you in a minute because I've got something else to show you. Or when it's kind of all different directions and it's more not so, I'll show you now. And then there's this, one of their few, she said they don't do much in the way of synthetic, but she really liked these and it was nice to use. It just has this lovely shimmery colour, and it's quite good if you mix it with more of the normal, of the real wool. So what the problem, oh, and there was some sparkly thread in there which I've now used all of. You also get a little sheep every month with a sample of their wool on. It's quite a generous sample, you could definitely make something with it, but I might try and keep it, I don't know. The project to use the Try Me products for this month was the No Felt Angels, and I made mine last night. Do you want to see? This is the first one. Here she is. How cute is that? And the idea was she would hang on the tree. I've raided my jewellery making kit and found this little, this is one of these bead cap things. So I've just threaded one of those onto my, I haven't glued it or anything because I couldn't decide. I've just threaded it on there at the moment. So this would just hang on my little tree like that. I don't have an actual proper tree. I have one of those little white branch things. And then I made this one, which came out bigger just kind of accidentally really. So this is one of these things that's meant to be like a connector thing in jewellery making. But I thought it makes quite a nice little halo. And actually, because with these bigger wings they were really, really floppy, I couldn't get them to hold their shape very well, so I cheated and used a bit of this hairspray, maximum hold hairspray, which I don't really use on my hair, I use it in my craft room. But I loved it. I loved that shimmery fibre mixed with some of the normal wool, the merino wool or whatever what was it called? Already forgotten. No, Norwegian white wool top. Mix them together a little bit. I love the shimmery effect it gives the wings. I think that's really pretty. It's going to look lovely hanging up. Yeah, so I'm really chuffed with those. It could get quite addictive to make those, I think. I think I will glue the little crowns on now because I think I do like them. One more, several things. I decided, because, oh, that is so funny, I've got to show you this. That is so funny. That box is down there with this tail sticking out, and that is just what Archie used to do. He used to hide in a box, but he'd always have like his bum hanging out the back. Or he'd hide under the tablecloth. He'd hide underneath, think he was completely hidden, and of course there's this huge hump in the tablecloth. And we would go in and say, "Where's Archie? Wherever could he be?" And he'd see his tail start flicking because he could hear. Oh, it's so funny. That's really weird to see that little tail sticking out of there like that. So because part of what we got in this Maker's Flock box with these lovely templates for different kinds of flowers, and you've got the washi tape there and the book to stick all your templates and things in. I then decided I had to find out how you use the templates, and I looked at some of Steffi's tutorials on YouTube, and she uses this stuff called water soluble paper, so I had to get some. So it's quite thin, so you can put the templates underneath and you just trace around, and then you can cut out this stuff and then you felt onto it. And in some cases you can just leave it there, it kind of just gets absorbed into the wall. But if you just dip your felted piece then into water, the paper goes away and you're left with the felted piece. And apparently a slight kind of stickiness which will help you. You can then kind of mould, if it's a petal or something, then kind of mould it into shape, and it will hold its shape when it dries. So I had to get some of that. So while I was there I thought, there's something else that looks really useful. So I've also picked up one of these, the Maker's edging tool. So it comes, you get both of these, and the idea is, well, this isn't ideal, but you'll kind of see what I mean. So it's kind of, if you wanted to be neatening up this edge and if you wanted this to be a solid felted piece, you can put it between these two, and you can get your felting needle and stab in between, and you can see what you're doing because it's clear. If you haven't tried any felting, you probably won't know what on earth I'm talking about, but if you have, you'll see what I mean. This is so useful. I mean, you could do it with 2 little bits of card or something, but then you couldn't see what you were doing. I just thought, it's worth picking that up, because that'll last me for, well, unless I lose it, I won't ever have to buy another one, will I? And then I thought, well, while I'm in there, I might as well get the free postage. There's also, don't forget, if you want to get anything from the Makers, until the 31st of December, we've still got that discount code. I'll put it in the description box. I think it's just Annie10. I'll put it here too, Annie10. And if you put that in at checkout, you get 10% off any one-time purchases across the shop. You can only use it once, the one time, but I used it once on this one order and got 10% off everything, so that was fantastic. I was really pleased about that. So I thought, well, I might as well make the most of it while I'm in here then. So hang on, let me show you the rest. I wanted some different colours. I have got a pack of different colour wools that I bought before, but now I know how much nicer this lovely wool is. It's pure wool. I think what I've had before is a sort of acrylic wool mix or something, and it just doesn't felt as easily or work as well. So I've messed it up a bit because I took them all out and had a look, but you can see they were in beautiful rainbow order. I'm not going to take them out of the bag again, because once they're out they kind of go and expand. But yeah, you can see what beautiful colours those are. And then I thought I want some more sort of neutral shades, because I'm going to make some little mice and maybe some little people and things. So these are bats. Oh yes, I will take one of these out just to show. So this is bats. So like what I showed you just now was all smooth fibres all in one direction. These are more kind of all going in different directions. They kind of felt together quicker. But this is, yeah. I don't know all the ins and outs of this yet, but I think that's the main difference between bats and tops. Got a lot to learn. But they're such a lovely, friendly community. I feel like you could go in there and ask anything and someone would help you out, It's nice. It's like our Discord community. It's kind of really friendly, And Steffi's just lovely, and all of her team to be just like really nice people. Then just for fun, so this is tops instead of bats, so I can show you the difference now. I loved all the colours in these little selections that they did. It was really hard to choose just one or two, but I thought this is called Flower Garden Wool Roving Stroke Tops. Long fibres, great for 2D needle felting, and I would like to try some of that, and surface decoration, and wet felting, which is something again I've never tried, except I did do some wet felted beads once, but I haven't done any seriously. Look at these colours. So yeah, so with tops, this is roving, I guess that's the same thing. You can see the fibres are all lying kind of smoothly in one direction. Look at the colours. delicious colours. I've got some ideas for some little projects to do with these. One of my ideas involves using these silkworm pods, empty silkworm pods, which came from Steph Francis, who does some beautiful base-dyed silk and other kind of natural fibre threads and things like that. Beautiful, beautiful stuff she's got. Oh, makes your mouth water just looking at the website. So I've got these little empty silk pods that I've had for ages. Some of these I think I had anyway, and I think Johnny sent me some as well. So I've been hanging on to them thinking I'll find a good use for them sometime. And I'm just thinking, how fun would it be to make a tiny creature to go inside these, and with these, maybe these rainbow colours. Let me just show you. Ages ago I made this little mouse. I just kind of made him up and he turned out more like a mole. I don't know, but I thought he was quite cute, and I put him in a bottle top, and I just thought the idea of having something like just sort of peeking out like that, but peeking out of one of these, I think it'd be really fun. And I've got here, this came from, I think this is from a piece I got in Bazaar as a freebie from Bazaar, and I thought this was the silk. I don't think this is, anyway, some kind of recycled fibre kind of all spun together to create this lovely, glorious, raggedy fibre. I'm just wondering if I could bring that in somehow as well. So lots of ideas going on. And then one last thing, talking about silk. So again, this is recycled on sari silk, which is, I was thinking that's what that was, but I'm not sure now. Beautiful fibre, ideal for adding richness and depth, mixed with a bit of wool to make it easier to felt. And you can see beautiful, beautiful colours. Quite, it feels less robust than the wool. I can see how maybe it's shorter fibres. I don't know what it is, but I can see how it will be bit more tricky to work with, and maybe not felt so well, but yeah, like they say, mix it with a bit of wool. So I've got lots of experimenting to do, and one last thing is I just picked up when I was in B&M yesterday. I saw this, it was only £5, cookie cutter bag, and inside you get a recipe to make your festive cookies. And all of these proper old school cookie cutters. Now I've been looking for a gingerbread man cookie cutter because I wanted to try felting one, and all of these are a bit of a bonus. Whether I use them to actually make cookies or use them for crafty things, because you can cut, like polymer clay with these. You can do all sorts of things with them actually in the craft room as well as in the kitchen. No calories in the craft room, see. And what I'm thinking is, because I'm sure I've seen it done, that you can put your wool inside here on top of a felting mat and felt. I don't know if it's very good for your needles, but you can felt into it. So I thought, well, I could try doing a gingerbread man, and maybe the star would be fun. I'm not so sure I'll do the digs. I don't know what details I would put on. I probably would do the stocking, and make a little garland or little Christmas tree decorations or whatever, and just use little scraps of wool to create the surface decoration. So that's something I might try. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. That's the latest instalment of my felting adventure. So don't forget, there is that 10% discount code you can use at the makers. You can't use it off a subscription because that's like a recurring thing, but you can use it off a one-off purchase. And as I say, I used it off my whole order. They then had the black. It's already too late for this, but they had a, like for Black Friday, but they called it Rainbow Weekend, which I thought was cute. It sounds so much nicer than Black Friday. Why is it called Black Friday anyway? Anyway, for their Rainbow Weekend, they had lots of different offers each day. Oh, after the first day I didn't dare look again. Well, I had a little peek, but so I did get another few little bits. Such a bargain. I think you spent £25, you got 5 free woodland creatures, the PDF instructions. So with the PDF instructions combined with all the tutorials and things they've got on YouTube, I can learn so much, and I've got all the wool I need now to do quite a lot with. I already had some anyway, so yeah, I'm just so into this. it's definitely a new passion for me. So I think that's all I've got to tell you for now. I'll leave links to everything I've talked about, so you can still get the Craft for Cats kit. It's the current one where £10 of it goes to the Cats Protection charity. So you go via the Cats Protection website, and if you go to the Cats Protection website, I'll put a separate link for this. You can get all their previous ones that they've got on sale now, which I'm definitely going to be having a look at. Obviously you won't be able to use the 10% discount code on that because that's not through the makers, it's not for the makers. I know that during the craft along they had already reached, it was something like £31,500 had been raised for the charity, and Steffi was very keen to encourage us to try and, you know, increase that if possible. She obviously loves cats as much as I do. So it's nice if you can do something. It's a bit of fun. It's something you can do with your friends or buy as a present, and you're helping out abandoned cats and things as well. It's just, you know, win-win, isn't it? I'm going to have a little practice at a couple of the projects I've got in mind, and if they work out, you'll be seeing me soon, and I'll show you what I'm doing. I can't show the making of the cat or the making of the angel and stuff because that's kind of Steffi's tutorial, so it's not mine to share. But if I come up with a project of my own, well, going to be trying that soon, so hopefully I will be back soon and showing you how I got on with that and how to do it if you want to join in. Don't forget to share your pictures of you if you make your cats. Share your pictures, and the hashtag is Craft for Cats, but share them in the Discord with us as well, and the Arty Farty Annie group on Facebook just in case I miss them. Okay, right, I think that's all I've got to share. That's all a bit of a raggedy video, that, but I just wanted to show you what I've been up to. I think I'm going to play with my new scrawler box now. That'll be the next thing. Okay, thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed that ramshackle video, and I'll see you again really soon. Bye.